Okay, we're going to talk about the Tools panel. Tools panel gives you all the tools you use in the timeline, the main tools. This is the Tools panel right here. Sometimes you'll see it here. Sometimes you will see it over here in this area up in the middle. If you hover over and click and hold on each tool that has this little arrow in the bottom, you will see extra tools that they have. Track select forward, track select backward. You have the ripple edit tool. You can go through these and they will all come in pretty handy. When you drag your clips into the timeline, you'll see an additional clip. So let's talk about what they do real quick. The selection tool here lets you select any tools. It also lets you click on certain things. Do you want to hide the layer? Do you want to show the layer? Do voiceover record? Do you want to mute it? And then you have the razor tool. The razor tool, you can see the line, hover over the clip or drag, and you can also see the line on the timeline up here as you drag it across. Anywhere you see that line and then you click, it's going to put a cut in that clip. So if we click right there, it's going to cut these into two. And then if you were to delete, you would click on the selection tool, select it, and delete it. We don't want to do that. To this, I am going to hit Control Z until it is fixed. And it's either Control Z on a Windows or Command Z on the Mac. When you drag all your clips into the timeline like this, typically you will have the project panel over here on the left-hand side. I don't have it. If you are missing a panel, remember what I told you to do. You go up here to Window. You're going to go down to the panel that you want to show, and then you're going to click on that panel. This is the Class 1 project panel, so you can see these here. I touched on this before. If it has this film clip, this is movie, this is audio. You can see this is only audio. This one has both. If you just want one or the other, if you double click on this and pull it up in the source monitor like I showed you, you can click audio only and drag it in like that. There's a much easier way to do it. If you drag it in and you just want to get rid of one instead of the other, the audio or the video, you either hold Option on a Mac or you hold Alt on Windows and select it. This is a sequence. You can see the clips and the timeline playhead right there in the middle, and then you see the two clips. That's a whole sequence that's in there. It'll have a film strip if it's a movie. It'll have one of these little audio things if it's audio, if it has audio to it. If you drag a clip into the timeline without anything in the timeline, the sequence created will have the same settings from that clip. So if my clip has 24 frames per second and it's 1080p and I drag that in, that's what my whole sequence is going to have. If I have another clip that is 60 frames per second in 4K, it's going to ask me if I want to keep the same settings or not. So the timeline panel, you can put in and out points in the timeline panel as well. You can either hit here, mark in and out, or you can press X and you will get, I'll press it and you will see the in and out points come up automatically. You can drag them back and forth. You can either hit Command Z to get rid of them, or if you've gone too far and you want to get rid of the in and out points, you can right click in the timeline here and then clear in and out, or clear in or clear out. You can see the options. One more important thing that I'm going to show you is how to put a marker in the timeline. You can put markers in so many ways, it's ridiculous. You can put markers in the timeline here. You can put markers in the program monitor here. You can put them in the source panel here. Make sure you're clicked on the panel that you want to put them in. If you put them in the timeline, you're also going to see them in the project or in the program monitor. The easiest way is to hit M. And so if you have a clip selected in the timeline, it's going to mark that clip specifically. This is good if you're trying to line up video with audio. So if you know a certain point, or if you have a bass drop and you want a certain clip to be over that bass drop, you're going to put a marker on the audio clip where the bass drops, and then you're going to put a marker on the video clip where you want it to stop, and you're going to line them up. Let me show you how to do that. If you do it on the audio, you just click on the audio, you hit M, and then it's going to put a marker right there. You can see it. If you want to name this, like if you want to just put markers in and then go back and name them, you can double click it, double click that marker, and then we're going to rename it, put a comment in. You can make the marker as long as you want. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. They kind of work like in and out points. And then when you go in here, you can see that your marker's there. You can also do it in the clips, or if you just want it on the timeline to line things up or to mark a video that you're voicing over to go put B-roll back later, you can hit escape on the keyboard, which will get rid of, it will unhighlight any clip that's highlighted. And then you're going to press M, and you will get that marker there at the top, and you can name it or whatnot. Typically, what I'm doing if I'm doing a voiceover on a video is I just press escape when I first start, and then as it's going, and if I'm doing the voiceover and talking, I will just hit M so I know to come back to that point to add the B-roll there. To shorten clips, you can do one of two things. You can either use the selection tool, and if you hover over the right or left side, you will get a red line with an arrow. You can just click and hold and drag it to shorten it. Or, like I said before, if you want to cut it, you get this razor tool right here. You can hover over where you want to cut it, or you can search for a specific spot with the timeline playhead and then hover over that and click on it, and it will separate it out for you. I don't want to make a cut, so I will hit Command Z and then go from there. One thing I do want to tell you about is this track forward tool. This will save you some time. Let's say I wanted to add a clip right in this area right here where the timeline playhead is. Instead of selecting everything and then moving it down the slow way, I'm going to get the track select forward tool, or just press A on my keyboard. I'm going to go to that specific clip. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to move it to the right. And that's going to move everything down. I can put my clip in there, and then it's good to go. If I want to select and get one of these clips out of here, if I don't like this clip specifically, I'm just going to click on it and hit either delete or backspace on my keyboard. It will totally get rid of that clip. Again, it does not delete that clip off of your computer. It just deletes it out of your project. I hope you were able to pick something up in this video. We covered the tools, the markers, and some timeline information. Next video, we will get a little more in depth, and I will see you in the next one.